Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today I am giving my picks for the 10 best Star Wars acting performances. And I'm only gonna go for acting performances in the films. And I do have another ground rule. I'm only gonna have one representative per actor because, well, you'll see. Only a few actors would have actually had any performances on this list if I didn't make that rule. So, before I give you what I think are the best acting performances in the Star Wars franchise, feel free to share your favorite Star Wars acting performances down below in the comments. And let's begin. Coming in at number 10 for me is Ewan McGregor in Revenge of the Sith. And there were a few other performances that could have been in this spot. However, you'll see that this is the highest rated prequel acting performance, because I don't think the acting in prequels is all that. So it's kind of like by default, I will put him in number 10. But yeah, I mean, Ewan McGregor was definitely the best actor of the trilogy. And I do think Obi-Wan is a great character. And I do think, Ewan McGregor's performance in Revenge of the Sith does work pretty well. I do think there is a lot of good emotional depth with his performance in the film. So it was good enough for me to squeeze him in here at number 10. And number 9 is Billy Dee Williams in The Empire Strikes Back. I do think he brought a lot of charm as Lando Calrissian. And I do also like his performance quite a bit in Return of the Jedi. I even liked Billy Dee Williams for the little moments he was in Rise of Skywalker, but his performance in Empire as Lando was definitely my favorite of the bunch by quite a bit. I just think he brought a lot of charm and charisma, and you felt mad at him when he betrayed Han and Leia. But Billy Dee Williams did do a great job. Now coming in at number 8 is Frank Oz in The Empire Strikes Back. And Yoda and Empire Strikes Back, it was just, it was a miracle on how they were able to pull this off with, a talking puppet. And, Frank Oz did such an amazing job in Empire as Yoda. And I just love the wisdom that Yoda brought in this film. And I just thought his performance just felt so layered and deep. So, yeah, it is my number 8 favorite acting performance in the franchise. Now, coming in at number 7 is Ian McDiarmid in Return of the Jedi. Now, Palpatine is my favorite character, so it's like I kind of had to have Ian McDiarmid here somewhere. And yes, I liked him the most in Return of the Jedi. And, Ian McDiarmid, he just brought so much charm and charisma as Palpatine. And you could argue that one of the other 3 actors that I mentioned could go above Ian McDiarmid, but it's like, I just love Ian McDiarmid's performance so much in Return of the Jedi. Now, you could argue I'm biased because Palpatine's my favorite character. However, I just love how manipulative Palpatine is in Return of the Jedi. And this was really also like the first time we saw Palpatine properly in a franchise. Like, sure, he was in that one scene in The Empire Strikes Back when he was on a hologram. But it's like, we didn't really see him in person until this film, and I thought he knocked it out of the park. So yeah, I loved Ian McDiarmid's performance in this. Now coming in at number 6 is Carrie Fisher in The Last Jedi. I thought Carrie Fisher did great in Empire. I was actually a bit more mixed on her performance in Return of the Jedi. And I did, for the most part, like her performance in New Hope. I didn't adore it. And her performance, for me, I thought was pretty good in The Force Awakens. But The Last Jedi was her best performance for me. And, Rise of Skywalker, it kind of doesn't really count as an acting performance considering she died before they even started filming it. But that's obviously a discussion for another time. But yeah, her performance in The Last Jedi was absolutely heartbreaking. And you just feel, and I just felt her pain throughout the film. And it is obviously very bittersweet considering, Carrie Fisher died in the production of Last Jedi. Now, she did film all of her scenes for the film, and I mean, she did amazing, but then obviously it's bittersweet looking back considering she died after filming all of her scenes for the film. But yeah, Carrie Fisher's performance in The Last Jedi was just, I mean, phenomenal. And this will definitely not be the last time I talk about this film on this list, because I think this film easily has the best acting in the franchise. And, I mean, overall, I just loved her in The Last Jedi. Now, coming in number 5 is Harrison Ford in The Empire Strikes Back. And, I mean, Harrison Ford was great in New Hope, great in Force Awakens. I was also a little bit more mixed positive. Like, it was like a mixed positive on his performance in Return of the Jedi. But for me, Empire was definitely his best performance. I just love how competent Han is in this film, and how he's definitely very confident in himself, and you could argue arrogant on what he's trying to do. But he also will do anything to save his friends and himself. And I feel like you start to see him develop more, while also having great chemistry with Leia. And yeah, I mean, Harrison Ford just completely knocked out of the park in Empire as Han Solo. Now, coming in at number 4 is James Earl Jones in The Empire Strikes Back. You talk about best voice acting performances of all time, I would say this is up there for sure. And I mean, yeah, James Earl Jones just did so amazing as Vader. And I mean, he was great as Vader in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi, but his performance in Empire was just on a whole other level. So yes, it's definitely the representative for the choice. But yeah, like James Earl Jones and Harrison Ford could have theoretically had multiple performances on this list, but because I'm only doing it one per actor. But yeah, I mean, in The Empire Strikes Back, I just love how you don't necessarily see Vader less evil, but you kind of see him go against the grain a bit. And I just thought James Earl Jones, I mean, he just fully embodied Vader in this film. So yeah, James Earl Jones' performance for me in Empire is my number 4 favorite performance in this saga. Now, coming in number 3 is Alec Guinness in A New Hope. So yes, both Ewan and Alec Guinness made the list as Obi-Wan. I definitely liked Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan quite a bit more, just in terms of acting. And I just think Alec Guinness did an amazing job being the mentor to Luke Skywalker and having all that wisdom. And I feel like his performance kind of reminds me a bit of Ian McKellen's performance in Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring. And both of those actors also got nominated for supporting actor, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, Alec Guinness did an amazing job in A New Hope as Obi-Wan. And I think it is my 3rd favorite performance in the franchise. Now, the top 2. Number 2 is Adam Driver in The Last Jedi. I mean, Adam Driver is just a phenomenal actor, and I thought he played Kylo Ren amazingly throughout all 3 films in the trilogy. Theoretically, I could have probably put all 3 of his performances as Kylo Ren in this list, but I definitely think The Last Jedi is his best performance and the 2nd best performance in the franchise overall. I just love how you see Kylo Ren as someone who is definitely very conflicted throughout the film, and I love how when he killed Snoke, he didn't necessarily become a good person. However, he wanted to get more power, and his way by doing it was killing Supreme Leader. And I just love the dynamic he had with Rey in this film. And yeah, I think Adam Driver he just played Kylo Ren so well, and I just love all the layers to Kylo Ren in this film. So yeah, Adam Driver's performance in The Last Jedi is my 2nd favorite. But my number 1 favorite acting performance in Star Wars is Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. I think Mark Hamill as Luke, I think his acting got better with each entry. In A New Hope, I thought his acting was actually not that great. In Empire, his acting was a lot better. In Return of the Jedi, it was definitely even better. But in this film, I just thought he was so good as Luke. And I think Mark Hamill has just easily gotten better as an actor with age. I mean, he was in The Life of Chuck and The Long Walk last year, and he was just incredible in both. I just love the complexity that Mark Hamill brought to this performance, and I thought there was a lot more range for Luke Skywalker in this film, and I mean, just love Luke's arc, but I mean, this is obviously just talking about acting performances, not how much I love the character, though I do love Luke in this film. And yeah, I just think there's just, Mark Hamill just brought something so unique to the table with his performance in this, and yeah, his performance as Luke was just so deep in this film. So yeah, Mark Hamill's acting performance in The Last Jedi is my number one favorite acting performance in the Star Wars franchise. Now, thanks for watching. Feel free to share your favorite acting performances in the Star Wars franchise down below in the comments. And this is day 39 of my 200-day posting streak goal. And this is also just 3 days till renovation. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.